Your resume can either open the doors or close them within seconds. So today in this video, I'm gonna talk and also show you how you can create a really powerful resume, whether you are a fresher or an experienced professional, and how you can beat the bots, highlight your real value, and stand out among the crowd. You know, most resumes get rejected, and sometimes without any involvement of any human being. So stay tuned till the end of this video, because I'm gonna talk about and also share with you guys a resume format that I have used for my own resume, and I'm sure it's gonna be beneficial for you guys as well, and you can use it to create your own resume too. So when you apply for a job, before a recruiter actually reads or skims through your resume, it's usually the bot which you may have already heard about, which is the ATS, the applicant tracking system, which basically scans your resume. And sorry to break for you, but ATS doesn't feel the resume, it scans for keywords. It goes through your resume, try to search some important keywords which is related to that job description, and if you don't have the right keywords, you're out. So all in all, what are the best ways that increase your chances for ATS to pick your resume? In a way, tips to beat the bot. First and foremost, try to mirror the language in the job description. If the job says AWS, make sure you add AWS in your resume. If you know AWS, don't lie in your resume, okay? Second, tailor your skill section. Use as many technical jargons as you can, but don't overpower it or don't overdo it. We have so many different tech stack terms. We have different languages, we have different architecture, we have different frameworks. Add those, whatever aligns with your experience, into the skill section and tailor it according to the job description. In short, write for the bot first and human second. Now, one more thing which I've seen people doing is to add their education on top of the resume, and then they go about and talk about their experiences. But if you have real world experiences, even just your internship or some freelance gigs, always add your experiences on top of the resume. Recruiters basically care about what you have done, what are your experiences with different kinds of projects in this industry, not just where you have studied. Education is absolutely necessary, but experience is what actually seals the deal. Now guys, here's a huge tip. Don't just say what you did. Try to quantify it. Try to strengthen your experience. Prove it with numbers. Like, instead of just saying I built APIs, say built and deployed 20 plus RESTful APIs, reducing response time by 30 plus hours. You know what I mean? So try to quantify as much as you can, because numbers is what gonna attract the recruiters. Don't just say I built a web application. No, say developed a React web application serving 50,000 plus users, boosting engagement by 25%. Try to quantify how exactly whatever you have done has made an impact. Quantifying your impact don't just show recruiters that you worked, it shows that you made a difference. While you're quantifying your work, also don't tell any lies. When we say quantify, that means to strengthen whatever task or work you have done. That doesn't mean you lie on it, because although the HR or the bot wouldn't know, but when the actual professional will take your interview, you're gonna have discussions on these, and then you have to defend for whatever you have written in your resume, because ultimately your resume is a depiction of what you have worked upon. So never ever lie while you're trying to quantify whatever work you have done. Now, as a fresher, whenever we try to build a resume, we think about like making it as complex, like filling each and every detail into the resume, using a photo. First of all, if you use a photo in your resume, don't. At least as a software engineer, please don't. Keep it simple, clean, and modern. And here are few things that you must remember while you're building or creating your resume. So like guys, if you have experience of less than 10 years, I would say just try to make a one-page resume. Try to fit everything within a page. If you are building your resume in Word, use fonts like Calibri, Helvetica. Font size should be between 10 to 12 points. But if you want like a next level of crispiness in your resume, I would highly recommend to use LaTeX. That is what I have used to build my resume. And Overleaf is an online editor on which you can build your resume using LaTeX. So highly recommend it. LaTeX is so easy to use. It basically gives you beautiful spacing, margins, and consistency without struggling, with word formatting. and also it makes your resume look clean. And once you set it up, you can actually maintain different version of your resume, because you would need to maintain different versions, and why we'll also talk about it now. Guys, if you're finding this video really helpful so far, please, I'll just take a quick second and I would request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button, turn on your notifications, and add your comment in the comment section below if you find this video helpful or not. And let's just continue the video. Also, as we'll move ahead, I'll also show you in the format of my resume. Always try to use bullet points and not paragraphs. And always start a new bullet point with action verbs. By that I mean, say, developed a web application. So you have different action verbs. You can also search on Google, like developed, implemented, optimized, migrated. These are some action verbs that everyone recommends to use. Okay, now that we have talked about what are some good stuff that you need to have in your resume, let's also talk about some common mistakes that everyone does and that one shouldn't. Starting with the very first one, listing like random 25-50 skills. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. Just add few important skills which are very relevant to the job description and which is gonna strengthen your resume for that job. Don't use fancy graphics, don't use photographs. As I already mentioned, nobody wants that. Everybody wants a really clean and simple resume. Another one is, do not make any spelling mistakes in your resume. It doesn't look good. And as I already mentioned, don't use paragraphs, use bullet points. And last, but one of the biggest mistakes that people do is not tweaking their resumes as per the job. Before applying, always tweak your resume for the role. Customize the keywords, reshuffle the skills, highlight the most relevant projects or achievements. One job is just one slightly updated resume away. Do this and you are already ahead of 80% of applicants. Now, the movement that you all stayed for. So let's go through the resume format that I'm talking about. So this is the resume structure that I basically use. I'll also add it in the description below. Like I'll add the resume.txt file for you to just pick it up and then make changes accordingly, or else I'll attach my GitHub link that you can use to make changes as per your resume details. So I always want to include contact information. On the top of resume, it should be your name, your phone, your LinkedIn profile, and your GitHub profile. Then the next thing is a bit optional, but I still prefer it to have a professional summary, which shouldn't exceed 2 to 3 sentences. So just make a good impact and create your own professional summary. Third is your experience. As I talked earlier, always make sure that your experiences are on the top, and always add your latest experience or job on top, and then go in that chronological order. Use bullet points, quantify the impact, most recent always first. Then I have added education as the next section because I just completed my master's degree and I want to highlight it. But if you're switching from a different job to another job, then I would recommend to just keep education section in the end. It matters, but not more than the projects and experiences. Then add your skill set, or add all the skills that are relevant to that job description as I talked earlier in this video. Then list all your projects, and in the end, you can add any certification if you have, or just achievements that you had which are relevant to your job, and not like, oh, I ran this marathon and I won this. No, not that, which is specific to your work. You should add those achievements here in the resume. So guys, your resume is your first impression. Make it smart, make it sharp, still keep it simple. Let's get all of us hired. Okay? If you found this helpful, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and in the upcoming videos, I'm gonna talk about how to prepare for the interviews, how to go about different interview rounds. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.